Hello, my name is Philip Totaro. I'm the founder and CEO of market research firm IntelStor. Welcome to your weekly dose of truth to power. Truth to Power examines data driven insights for the energy sector with a focus on renewables. On this week's episode, we're looking at generation and efficiency of the global offshore wind energy market from the IntelStor Future of Renewables report. Generation of offshore wind energy has seen rapid growth in the past 15 years as the industry increased from 100 megawatts installed to just under 100 gigawatts installed. While Europe began the century at 100% of generation, by 2025, they've been reduced below 25%. Asia Pacific has now achieved the position of having the majority of generation output based upon having 10 gigawatts higher capacity installed in the region versus Europe, with the USA helping the Americas reach just under 2%. By 2030, the industry should achieve a total of 567 terawatt hours, with 39% coming from Europe, 33.7% coming from the Asia Pacific region, and potentially up to 27.2% coming from the Americas region if they can install capacity fast enough. Full load hours reflect the contribution made by the operational capacity relative to the installed capacity based on the generation and availability of each power generation facility. It's a proxy to measure how efficient the installed capacity is at generating power. For offshore wind, full load hours indicate that Europe maximizes the most of their installed capacity, followed by the Asia Pacific region and then the Americas. Average capacity factor analysis for offshore wind indicates that the installed capacity in the Americas operates most efficiently with a capacity factor of just over 49%, despite the relatively young age of this installed base in the USA. This would be expected for offshore wind resources, which have much lower turbulence intensity and the ability to sustain a high output for a longer duration. By contrast, Europe's average capacity factor at 26.8% indicates the impact of asset age on the degradation of their overall performance. Over time, equipment tends to become less efficient, so even though new capacity is being installed in Europe, offshore wind turbines have faced operational challenges there, which have meant that they've not performed up to an expected level. In the Asia Pacific region, which is of course dominated by China, the average capacity factor for offshore wind is just 25.5%. While this is low, it's potentially more expected of Chinese technology, which dominates the region. Besides lower average wind speed ranges than in Europe or the project sites in the US, Chinese wind turbines have seen lower availability historically because wind turbine OEMs were not always allowed to maintain their own equipment. This has had a deleterious effect on performance, which has hurt China's international ambitions by making it seem that their wind turbines are inferior to Western technology. Over time, capacity factors for offshore wind have seen somewhat consistent behavior as they generally perform at or near their peak when first installed and eventually show signs of degradation over time. For much of the more recently installed capacity, the capacity factors are closer to the lifetime average numbers shown. In the Americas, the capacity additions for the South Fork wind farm helped to increase the average capacity factor to just below 50%, while Block Island and the coastal Virginia offshore wind demonstration turbines previously showed a performance at approximately 38 to 39%. While the forecast is subject to change, we expect the trends in capacity factors to continue, but gradually improve over time as older and less efficient capacity is retired in favor of younger and more efficient wind turbines. Thank you for joining me this week. I'm Philip Totaro, and this has been your weekly dose of truth to power. We'll have more to come from this IntelStor exclusive report, The Future of Renewables, next time on Truth to Power, including a look at feed-in tariffs, public finance, and capital efficiency for offshore wind energy. In the meantime, you can follow us on IntelStor's YouTube channel, as well as your favorite audio platforms, and visit www.intelstore.com to join more than 350,000 subscribers to our renewable energy data solutions. We're adding subscribers faster than ever, so don't miss out. Register today. A full analysis of the global renewable energy market is available to online subscribers of this new exclusive IntelStor report, The Future of Renewables. And tickets are on sale now for the next Wind Summit event in Houston, Texas on the 3rd and 4th of November 2026. Visit www.windsummit.org and join hundreds of your industry colleagues to discuss all the latest trends in O&M. We've got speakers and panelists lined up from companies like NextEra, EDPR, EDF, Pattern Energy, ExxonMobil, WEG, and more. So don't miss out. Register today. We hope to see you there.